guys, and welcome to Dr. Chi's Health Kitchen. I am excited today, not because this is my first episode of my Health Kitchen, but I'm excited to share with you guys hypertension. I know it's a topic that you probably hear about all the time, high blood pressure, hypertension, but today it's a little different because I'm not only telling you that blood pressure is something you need to monitor, but I'm also showing you ways to control it. We as African Americans, unfortunately, are disproportionately affected. And when you have high blood pressure, this leads to more cardiovascular risk. So, for instance, when you have a higher pressure or resistance in your body and your heart continues to work against that pressure, over time, your heart is either going to fail and give up, or it may even end in some type of heart attack or clogged arteries because plaque will build up. So in order to control that, we have to first start with the kitchen. What are we eating? Yes, we know that there are other factors that play a role in high blood pressure in our community, such as socioeconomic status, less access to healthcare, and also genetics. African Americans are just more salt sensitive. But what if, just what if, we can control it ourselves and take ownership? Unfortunately, hypertension disproportionately affects African Americans. Women are twice as likely to die a premature death from hypertension than our white counterparts. And men are 4 times more likely to die a premature death from hypertension than their white counterparts. But now it's time to take control of our own health. And that's why we're here today. You're in my kitchen, and I'm gonna help you out with labels, reading them appropriately, and just knowing what fruits and vegetables are good for you when you have hypertension. So stay tuned, share this video. This is something that you need to know. So when you check your blood pressure, you usually get 2 numbers, a top number and a bottom number, systolic over diastolic. What's the goal? What are we looking for? So recommendations are, I guess you can say the safe zone is less than 120 on the top and less than 80 on the bottom. If anything above 130 or 140, it's usually considered hypertension on a consistent basis. And that's when you know you either need to change your diet or you need to start blood pressure medications. But I always stress lifestyle changes first. The DASH diet. So what exactly is that? It's basically the dietary approach to stop hypertension. And basically, it emphasizes the consumption of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. If you include that in your main diet, you're almost pretty much good to go. It also includes moderate consumption of other food products like low-fat dairy, meats, nuts, seeds, and eggs, for example. But if you're gonna do egg, do more egg whites versus the whole egg. So what is the daily recommendation of sodium per day? It's actually 2,400 milligrams of sodium a day. And what does that even mean? 1 teaspoon of salt. That's it. If you have hypertension, you should only consume 1 teaspoon of salt. That sounds so small, right? And it actually is. But things that we don't realize is the seasoning that we're putting in our foods actually have sodium in it, and we're not actually measuring it. So just 1 teaspoon makes a big difference. So let's take a closer look at this label. For my Nigerians out there, Maggi, it's a popular seasoning and it's very flavorful, it's great, but unfortunately it has sodium in it. One important thing to notice whenever you're reading a label is to see the serving size. The serving size will tell you how much does it take to equal that amount of sodium. This particular one says the serving size of 1 teaspoon equals 960 milligrams of sodium. So in essence, 1 teaspoon already equals 960 milligrams, which is about 1/3 of the daily recommended sodium amount. And to really see it in perspective, 2 teaspoons equal almost 2,000 milligrams of sodium and clearly surpasses the ideal limit of 1,500 milligrams. This here is pink Himalayan salt. And yes, I do recommend this salt if you need to use salt over the other basic salts. So if you look at this nutrition label of this pink salt, we immediately see first the serving size,
which is 1/4 teaspoon. And 1/4 teaspoon equals 570 milligrams of sodium. If you want to know exactly how much sodium is in 1 full teaspoon, we would multiply 570 by 4, and that will equal 2,280 milligrams is equal to 1 teaspoon of salt.
What other things you can do to lower your blood pressure include exercising, at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity of exercise a week, and also decreasing your alcohol consumption, of course, not smoking, and some other things you can do that will benefit you are supplemental vitamins like garlic and cocoa. Those have been shown to actually reduce your blood pressure. So thanks for tuning in to Dr. G's Kitchen. I hope you got something from this blood pressure episode. If you didn't, one takeaway: own your health. Know what's in your foods, know what sodium is, and understand that blood pressure is very serious. It's a silent killer for a